What is going on, fam? Welcome back to a channel. This is another F50 Elite Messi review, this time in the Triunfo Estelar colorway, which I think is really, really cool. Let's hop into the unboxing. So you do get a standard F50 box with this one. This, of course, is the, as I said, the Triunfo Estelar, or if I try to pronounce it correctly, it'd be Triunfo Estelar, which is Stellar Triumph. So let's get into the unboxing here. So F50 Elite FG Messi in the white, the core black, and uni. I don't know what that stands for. It's some purple colorway. We'll talk about that in just a second because that is an homage to a very iconic pair of football boots. You have a US 9, UK 8.5, Euro 42 and 2/3, and a 27 centimeters. So that is my standard size for most Adidas models, including the Triunfo Dorado, which was the Gold Triumph football boots, the original Messi edition. So let's get these unboxed because I really want to see what they look like in person. Nice. Starting off with the white comfort insoles, very clean. There is definitely something to say about a white with the accent colorway. As you guys have known for, if you guys have watched many of my videos, all white boots with that accent colorway always hit. The other cool thing is white and purple is actually kind of the theme. It's technically white and gold, or gold and purple, but white and purple, white and gold and purple are the colorway of the university that I live near in Seattle, University of Washington. So this is very much like a UW kind of colorway. If you know, you know. Now, moving on to the string bag. Of course, it's a Messi string bag, which is great. Big Messi logo there in purple. And then, of course, you have the Adidas logo there as well. Lovely mesh bags. These are absolutely my favorite. I use them for absolutely everything, particularly because they breathe. So I can throw them in the back of my truck and clothes will be dry. The smelly clothes, I don't have to worry about it. They air out a little bit. Boots you can throw in here. Wet stuff from the pool. Like, it literally does everything. So I don't know why brands don't just do this, because it feels cheaper to produce, but they're way more useful. Anyway, I rant. It doesn't matter. The boot bag doesn't matter. Okay, focus. All right, a little bit of paperwork, and then here we go. Oh yeah, dude. Heck yeah. Okay. Bam, look at that. I reckon these are way better than the gold model. At least I like them better. I know a lot of people really like gold football boots, but I think these absolutely slap. Oh my days. Yeah, these are sick. These are really, really sick. Okay, let's get the other one out. Very nice. Black laces. Ooh, do they come with an extra set of laces? No, they don't. Bummer. It would have been cool if they came with like purple laces or maybe even this electric yellow Volt colorway. Oh, I actually have a pair. I actually have a pair of Volt laces. I might put the Volt laces in here just to make them look really cool. Okay, so Messi F50 Triunfo Estelar. So white boots apparently are some of Messi's favorite, despite his signature colorways not really being white all that often. Like, there are some white Messi edition boots, but a lot of them weren't. So I don't know why they didn't do more white boots, if the whole story behind this is that the white is actually his preference. Anyway, this purple is very, very similar, if not the same, to the chameleon purple that, of course, came on the F50, which I don't have behind me. They're over here. Okay, let me grab them really quick so you guys can see them. So, these bad boys. Now, if you look closely, this is the original F50 that launched. Of course, this was the launch colorway to bring back the F50 name in the original chameleon colorway that Messi debuted back in 2010. And you can see the purple is very, very similar. Yes, it's a little bit darker. I get it. I know, blah, 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 blah. But it's, imagine it's the same, right? It's very, very similar color scheme as well with this electric yellow. So kind of cool that they brought back those accent colors as well. And this colorway is kicking off the Plus 10T, which is essentially a, how would you say, a Messi approved group of 10 young players who will be wearing this particular Messi boot and colorway who are all exciting young talents. A really nice thing from the Adidas brand, but also a great way for Messi to sort of ride off into the sunset by supporting other young athletes who are coming up in the game of football, which is great. So from a tech feature perspective, this is no different than either the Messi Bad Bunny collab or the gold Triunfo Dorado boots, which we have right here. Now, let me know down in the comment section below which one you think is better looking. I'm preferential to the white and purple. I just think it looks more clean and classic and fast, whereas the gold ones are really cool and they fit him, but it's not as much of a wow factor for me as I think gold is for a lot of people. These are definitely more my vibe, and the reason I bought them is because I just think they look absolutely sick. So, what is a Messi F50 compared to a normal F50? So instead of the fiber touch upper with the sprint web, you get a full hybrid touch synthetic upper from, of course, the 2014, that started in 2014 with the sprint web tech. So you still get a little bit of that texturing, and we'll do a sound check really quick. So let's do this one first, the OG one. Nice, okay. Same side of the boot. Little bit different sounds. The fiber touch upper, because it's synthetic, makes the sprint web feel a little bit more robust, whereas the sprint web here doesn't feel as textured, but you still get it, which is really nice. So that does, the sprint web basically covers these little lines all the way through the striking surface there, and then on the lateral side here as well. You get a little bit of texturing on the 3 stripes, but nobody's gonna be touching the ball really in that position anyway. So it's, yeah, I don't know. That's kind of useless, but this stuff actually makes a little bit of a difference, particularly because the rest of the fiber touch is, or excuse me, not fiber touch, the rest of the hybrid touch is super slick. So there's not, without this texturing, I think it would be a little bit unmanageable. It'd be a little bit kind of finicky or a little bit nervous playing in these, if that makes sense. So then you have, of course, the Sprint Frame 360 outsole, which I really, really like. It's a little bit flat, which is awesome. That's what I usually prefer. They've got great amount of stiffness here through the middle with those kind of nice 3 stripes. And then, of course, you have a pretty good amount of flex in the forefoot, but the snappiness is actually definitely there. The boot feels really grounded. It feels really nice. Yes, you could argue it's not as aggressive as other speed boots on the market, including a Furon, including the Razor, including the Vapor. All of those boots are definitely more aggressive in their FG variations. But in my opinion, this particular sole plate does a better job of being the best sole plate out of all of those because it is nice for both AG and FG. They don't make an AG Messi model, they make an AG regular F50 model. If you play only on AG, you're gonna be fine wearing these. You can always get the AG model because it is actually quite good. However, that's the benefit of this particular sole plate, and the Speedframe 360 really does do a good job of balancing kind of both of those surfaces. Now, from a performance perspective, the F50 Elite Messi I have spent a lot of time in because I enjoy them so much. The sizing fits true to size, which we'll talk about in the on-feet portion of the video a little bit, but the performance of this hybrid touch upper is absolutely sensational. It is one of the best uppers in the entire world right now, and in my opinion, very, very few things from an upper perspective come even close to this. The closest thing, think Soquito Scudetta, is very, very close to this. Some people might argue that one is actually softer, whereas this one has a little bit more meat and robustness to it. So I feel like it's less likely to rip or to break. Soquito's a brand new brand, or a very new brand. So just keep in mind, those are very similar. It's the Bio Touch upper from the Scudetta and the Hybrid Touch from Adidas are very, very similar. The boots obviously feel completely different, but that's kind of the closest thing you get. The other thing you get from being a Messi edition model is, of course, the burrito style tongue, which goes all the way actually down to there. It's a quite large tongue. Now, I like that. I like the touch of doing the burrito style tongue because I do think it is more, it's what Messi actually has on his boots, which is really cool. However, what would happen, and I'm not making an opinion here, but I do think it's an interesting thought experiment to think about what would this boot feel like from a performance standpoint with the compression fit tunnel system underneath the hybrid touch. I think that would have created an absolute monster in my opinion. But that is up for you guys in the comment section to argue about and decide, and then I will jump in there and join in on the fight, because I do think as much as the burrito style tongue is really great, that compression fit tunnel system with the hybrid touch and a lacing system, that would have been nuts. I reckon that would have been absolutely nuts. However, the caveat there is I don't think it would have suited wide foot shapes as well as this particular tongue design, because this one obviously can stretch as much as you need to because of the way that it's sort of not connected all the way through. The compression fit tunnel obviously only allows feet to stretch the boots a certain amount of space. So without further ado, let's get these on feet because these look absolutely amazing. I will definitely be wearing these. However, I'm probably going to wear these more often, at least for now. Number one, because I still have a 1 month review to do in these, which I'm very close to because I'm like all the way broken in and I love them and I play in them a lot. But these ones just look better in my opinion, so I think I'll probably save these for some game day occasions and just break them out. Like I'll go break them in for a little while, but then I'll break these out every once in a while when I want to have a game day. So without further ado, guys, let's hop into the on-feet portion of the video. All right, guys, out in the backyard now with the Triunfo Estelar Messi F50s. These are so sick and they look even better out in the sunshine. Let's get them on feet and talk about fit and feel. As you can see, the upper shines really nicely. It's got the super cool metallic finish. I love the purple and yellow accents as well. I think it is kind of a nice homage to that original F50 that they released not only in 2010, but then the new generation of F50 as well. I am wearing a pair of WeFoot grip socks, which are my favorite grip socks. It's a company I reached out to. These are the thin ones, so you guys can find a 20% discount code down in the description box below and go check those out. Now, getting them on is a little annoying at first because of that burrito style tongue. It's a little bit awkward because when you stick your feet in like that, and yes, they are super comfortable. I've already tried them on in two different colorways now, so the Oh My Days rating is definitely still there. I love how these fit and feel, but it's not a surprise anymore, so we're not going to get an Oh My Days rating in this particular one. But you kind of have to force, I'll turn this way so you guys can see, so you kind of have to force the tongue down into the other side as you pull the laces tight, because otherwise that tongue that technically goes down all the way here kind of bunches up a little bit. It's not a huge complaint that I have about the boots. I still love these, and they're still, I think, one of the best boots of 2024. It's just something to keep in mind if you are somebody who would prefer a standalone tongue or the compression fit system of the normal F50. But there you go. Looks absolutely sensational on feet. I think I'd probably rate these higher than, well, I definitely rate these higher than the gold ones, that's for sure. And then I'm trying to think if I'd like these better than the Bad Bunny. Part of me likes the Bad Bunny better only because it's such a cool collaboration and because it's such a unique thing. We've never really seen brown football boots before. And so I kind of tend to say that those are like the dopest colorway out of the whole trio of Messi boots that we've gotten so far. But I would say traditionally, I would go for these. These are definitely the most conventionally cool looking, whereas the Bad Bunny collab is very unique and special. But as far as a fit and feel straight out of the box, you can expect when you buy your first pair of Messi F50s to be a couple different things. So the first thing you notice is the softness of this hybrid touch. And no, it's not soft as in made in Japan leather soft, but it is very, very pliable. So you do get that really nice kind of elasticy sensation that I've spoken about a bunch with the Predator hybrid touch, where it kind of stretches to your foot as you put your foot in and then really kind of suctions in and wraps your foot perfectly well. Like I, yes, have a little bit of space right there on the outside of my ankle, but that does go away after some break-in time, particularly once I break this side of the boot in. Now, the other sensation you get is a feeling of security inside the boots, which I really like. So there's no area of the boot, at least on my foot, that feels like I'm gonna be slipping. And this is all straight out of the box. As you guys know, as of the filming of this video, I've already done a play test. The 1 month review of the gold edition will probably be out already as well. So it's just, this is a pair of boots that I really wanted for me personally, because I actually prefer these from a color perspective, definitely over the gold edition. The other thing you can expect is the sole plate is going to be very, very nice and neutral. Yes, it is aggressive compared to maybe some conical studs on the market. It isn't aggressive as other things like the Skechers Razor or the Vapor or even the Puma Ultra 5 Ultimate, which has similar shaped studs in some ways. Those arrow studs here kind of on the middle are a little bit more similar to what is on the Puma 5 Ultimate firm ground version, but those still are longer and a little bit more aggressive. I do really like the Speedframe 360 though, because it does do such a nice job of keeping balance on FG and AG surfaces while giving you plenty of lockdown and performance as you're cutting, pivoting, and all that stuff as well. So here's what the boots look like. White boots, black accents, a little bit of color splash in there. They look amazing, to be honest. I really like the design. I especially like the black tongue. I'm glad they went with the black tongue as opposed to like a white or a purple. I think it looks really, really good. Makes it stand out a little bit more. And on feet, when Nessie was wearing these the other day, it looked amazing. So touch on the ball for the F50 Elite is, as I said, very secure and very consistent. That's one thing that I think the F50 line does really well in general, whether you get the Fiber Touch upper version or you get the Messi edition version. Both uppers are going to give you a really nice and consistent feel throughout the entire thing. Compared to the normal F50 though, the Hybrid Touch F50 gives you a little bit more of that. It doesn't feel padded, that's not what I'm saying, but it does feel a little bit more pingy. So it does feel like you have a little bit more of that like reboundness. Most of you watching this video will know what I mean by pinginess, but when you hit the ball like a long ball or a shot or something, I like the feeling in these better than the normal Fiber Touch F50 because that Hybrid Touch just feels like a second skin as opposed to your foot wearing a football boot striking a ball. Hopefully that makes sense. From a fit perspective, I have really wide feet. My feet are like 2E wide. And these actually fit me pretty well. I do have a little bit of break-in time when it comes to the Messi F50, as I said, particularly in this area right here. But even just standing here, there's not really any hot spots. It's more of just the material just needs a little bit of time to stretch and mold to my foot. The heel area is really nice. I do get a little bit of pinching on either side, just a little bit kind of there and there, but it goes away really, really quickly once you start to play in, and the suede liner does do pretty well. Not my favorite heel area on the market, but it's definitely an upgrade from some of the other, excuse me, some of the other boots on the market, particularly Crazy Fast, which of course was the previous generation of this boot. And to be honest, this heel area, I think is probably the best out of the 3 major models that Adidas have. It's definitely better than Copa, and it's definitely on par or better than Predator in my testing and in my opinion, at least what fits my foot. So you're really looking at one of the best boots on the market. I mean, the fit, the feel, the comfort, the performance as well. Like it just, every part of this football boot makes me want to go out and play and ping around, and the boots feel fast, they feel really agile, they feel really comfortable. So I'm not really thinking about the boots on my feet as I'm wearing them and testing them. And then I get done testing them and I'm like, man, like retrospectively, that was so fun. Like that was so fun to play in. They're just so neutral and natural feeling. And it's a very organic boot that feels really integrated with your foot. And that's what I love about these. I feel actually quite similar in some ways to the Predator because they're both the same basic material, that hybrid touch. This one just does it a little bit better, I think, because it is a little thinner and it just has the speed frame outsole and just feels like so good on feet. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the review of the Messi Triunfo Estelar, Stellar Triumph, if you wanted a direct translation. It probably means something slightly different if you were to ask a native Spanish speaker like what it actually means. But anyway, very, very cool, really, really good looking colorway as well. I'll give you guys one more close-up look. They look fantastic in my opinion. Really nice accents. Honestly, I'd probably be happy if they didn't have the Volt, but it doesn't look bad in my opinion. So if they were to just go black, purple, and white, that would be cool. But the Volt accents do add a little bit of something there. So that's very cool. So hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, discount codes for these football boots, as well as the socks and the miter balls, which of course are companies that I reached out to partner with, will be down in the description box below. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. As always, be awesome. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.